Welcome back, y'all. It's your girl Ekelle, and what an interesting week. So first and foremost, my POF account has been deleted. So I messaged them to find out why. Apparently, I have broken some community standard. I'm gonna find out what that is, but let's get into what this video is really about. So as I create this, it's actually Blackout Tuesday. It's June 2nd, but I do my videos on Wednesdays, so I'm doing this for the future. What I wanted to kind of discuss is dating as an artist. Does someone's political affiliations and stances affect your dating choices? So for me, I am affected by this just because of the space I occupy in this world. I am obviously a Black woman. I am a queer person. I'm not a skinny person, and although I am a Black woman, I do occupy spaces of privilege, light-skinned privilege, femme, straight passing queer privilege, the right kind of thick privilege, all these sorts of things. And in my music, which you will see in the upcoming months, I'm really trying to be more honest and open about my life experiences on this project. So what I kind of want to get into is, when you're dating other artists or people in the scene, do you care if they post about things that are going on in the world? Like, obviously right now, the Black Lives Matter movement has really exploded and is getting the attention it deserves. People are protesting all around the world, and for me, if somebody who is interested in me is not posting about this in any way, I don't think I could date them. So I try my best to obviously support the communities that I come from. One thing is, I'm actually on a board for one of the grants in the city. No, I don't just pass people because they're Black, not at all. But I do try to, if let's just say they don't have a great application, I don't have a problem going on social media and being like, hey, like, I'm on the jury. This wasn't your best application, and this is what you could do to improve it next time. I don't have a problem doing that. And it's interesting being on that jury because still, with this particular grant, I don't see a lot of Black artists make it through. And I wonder if my work helps, but then if I give up my seat on the jury, it's like, well, what's that really doing either? So I think I'll continue to stay there, and I'll continue to try and help out where I can and educate. That's something that I'll definitely do. So social media, getting involved, helping out. Some people will donate, again, support Black businesses, and that's so great and that's so helpful. But there's something that bothers me. It's when I see people who won't post the police brutality or the violence, but they're so comfortable to post the Black square. Because a Black square is easy, it's digestible. It's like, oh, I did something, I put the Black square. And great that you tried to help, but what about showcasing the images that make people uncomfortable, actually call on their soul and require them to be human and say, hey, like, the police are choking a child, they're killing people for no reason, they're tear gassing people, people are being hurt, so you don't share that, but then you share the Black box. Again, great that you tried to help, but really consider what that means if you were somebody who did that. Obviously, music and art is a form of expression, and you really want to kind of speak on the experiences that you go through, things that inspire you, and it's obviously your complete choice to speak on what you want to speak on. So for me, as an artist, I have my fun songs, good time songs, but I also have songs that are a bit more serious. I'd encourage other artists to do this. But again, not my art, can't tell you what to do. So if you don't want to do this with your art, I again encourage you to do social media, to speak to maybe your place of work about diversity initiatives if they don't have diversity training, if they don't operate from an anti-oppressive framework, just things like that to really diversify the voices that are being heard and overall make companies and the world to make better decisions. to stop seeing people of color as the minority is to integrate us into the larger system so that we are seen, we are heard, people are getting used to seeing us in these spaces and understand that we're not there for decoration, okay? We have thoughts, feelings, and opinions too, and we're qualified to do the job, so that's why we were hired. And we would like to be a part of the company and really to shine through and help whatever mission that is, but you have to allow us to do that. So again, I encourage people to really look at their lives and see which ways they can help, whether that is, again, through some sort of hiring practices or program at a company, buy in Black, promoting Black work, sharing Black work, and buying Black work. If you are someone who's an artist who is, let's just say, a rapper such as myself, and you only want to speak about partying all the time, and you're from the style of old rap that is more seen as degrading to women, I couldn't date you, because I need to know, like, are you, I don't know if I want to use woke, but do you know what's going on, and do you see the harm of what you do? I'm not gonna act like I'm perfect and like I don't consume some of that music, because you know what, let's be honest, some of it's real fun, but the real issue is when we're done having fun, how do you support the culture? How do you improve it? And how do you support others who want to lift themselves up and to really get, you know, some views, some clout? They want to get famous. Like, how do you support that? I want to know. As I sort of call on artists, I want it to be known that this isn't specific to race. Like, if you're Black, white, yellow, beige, gold, brown, purple, whatever, like, I just want you to understand that we are all human. Ideally, we are all in this together. So you need to do your part for it to work. So with that being said, again, I won't be around somebody who doesn't see my identities and what I deal with and find ways to support me, and that understanding the space I occupy in the world and the challenges that come with it. So if you ain't down for the cause, like, this ain't gonna happen, it's not gonna work. Like, I don't want to see you, like, you know, for example, being a Post Malone and profiting off of Black music, but then when something like this happens, you're silent. That ain't cool. I don't know if Post Malone has spoken up since now, but in the past he hasn't exactly been vocal as so many other artists who do borrow from our culture, and that's just not cool. In this, it might sound like I'm signaling out white artists, and I feel this kind of bleeds into my views on interracial dating. Personally, I haven't interracially dated, I'd say. Like, I definitely had some like sassy encounters and sexual dealings with people of different races, but I've not had a partner who was a different race. Most of my partners have been Black or mixed with Black, and you know, things have just happened to be that way. Well, I guess when I was younger, like, you know, when you're in your high school and you have like a boyfriend, like, I did have one who was Latin, but I won't count that because that's high school, and that's, you know, what are you just doing, going to movies and playing in the park? So yeah. So I'm not closed off or disinterested in interracial dating, but I'll say that if you would like to date somebody of color, and this is, again, for people who are white and other non-Black POCs, you need to see us and to hear us. For me, I haven't interracially dated is because my online experiences, a lot of them have been racist. When people who were not Black approached me, they'd immediately objectify me, like, oh, you're so sexy, or, oh, are you going to make me curry chicken? Oh, you're cute for a darkie. Like, these are legit shits that have happened to me. I used to screenshot them because I just didn't know what to do with them. I wasn't sure what I would use them for. Well, I obviously did not picture that I would be having this video now and discussing it, but that's the sort of messages I've received, and that's been very off-putting to me. Or I've had people who've approached, again, not Black, and I've just asked, like, have you interracially dated? What has your experience been? And a lot of people will say that they're down for the cause, but a lot of people don't know what the cause is. For them, racism is just calling someone the N-word and just, you know, people being killed by the cops. And these are things that are racist and discriminatory, but there's more. It's about your mindset. So how do you view the world? How do you view people of color? Do you think I'm a human or do you think I'm a minority? This matters. And if you see an incident of racial injustice, what are you going to do? If I come to your family dinner and your Uncle Larry says some inappropriate black joke, are you gonna tell Uncle Larry to shut the fuck up? Because if you're not gonna tell Uncle Larry to shut the fuck up, then you have no business dating me or any other black woman for that matter. And that's not okay. You need to stand up for us, because we will always stand up for you. And especially in a relationship, partner-wise, it's a partnership. You need to love and support each other. So if I'm coming to your, I don't know, work events, or if you are an artist and I'm supporting your art, but then when somebody says something mean and nasty or treats me in a way that's offensive, then I need you to believe me and to support me. When I tell you that this person made a comment or treated me different, don't tell me it's all in my head. The top offensive message that I would often receive would be, oh, I've never tried a black girl before, I've never had sex with a black girl before. And I'd always report those messages when I'd received them, but y'all need to stop othering us. Don't other me. I'm not a human too. I'm a human, period. There's no two. I've always been human. I'll always be a human. Or even on the queer side, I would see some of the white women posting and they would say, oh, please, no black women. You guys are just so intimidating. And I don't understand what that means. I think that's due to media construction and perceptions. And I reported those people too, because that ain't cool. But the point is, we are human and you need to stop othering us. You need to see us as human. And if you do see us as human, then, you're already doing a great job. You're already ahead of the curve. So tell your other friends who say these offensive things too that it's not okay. Please tell them. I also want to take a moment to address intersectionality and what that means. So I mentioned the spaces that I occupy in this world. So if you're somebody, whether again, white, brown, or black, because this happens too, like not necessarily every black person's down for the cause. Some would rather just be silent and hope it goes away, but that's not gonna happen. Or some black people are brainwashed and think the state of the world's okay, and that's not fucking okay. But again, intersectionality. So if you're for the Black Lives Matter movement and you think that black people have rights and a voice, amazing. But if you also don't think that LGBTQ people or queer people deserve rights, then you are definitely not for me, because I told you about my identities: black, queer. So if you want to support some of me but not all of me, that's not real support, and I can't fucking date you, okay? Like, it's just not gonna happen. You need to love all of me. You need to be for human rights for everybody, not just for some people, because that's not how it works, and that's not going to influence the world in the right way. I've said what I wanted to say, so thank you for listening. And again, remember, as an artist, if you're watching this, your voice is more powerful now than ever, so please stand for something. And again, if you don't want to put it in your music, you don't have to, but please figure out another way to help the cause. Would really appreciate that. Again, I don't know what happened to my POF account. That's another episode for another day. We're gonna look into that. And I don't know if you noticed my nails. You know me, I gotta inject some humor. But yo, we shot a video on Sunday, tried to wipe my butt, these fell off. So, fake nails, y'all, like, that raises some questions. If you have long nails, how's your butt doing? I don't know. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, share, and I will see you next week. Stay safe, y'all.